Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wednesday. This is Rick with Hit and Run Candlesticks, and I want to thank you for taking the time to listening and watching my video blog talking about the market. And toward the end of the video here, after we look at some trade ideas, I'll talk to you about trades that I closed out yesterday, profits and losses, and I will also talk to you about the new Road to Wealth plan that I'll be putting together and that you're more than welcome to be part of. All right, let's get started. So it's very clear that the market has been bullish. Everybody's got to know that, right? Market just can't seem to be held back. And then all of a sudden yesterday we get thrown a bearish engulf here. Pretty decent one too, on pretty decent volume. So when I see a candle like that, I go into the close expecting a lower low. Now that doesn't mean it has to happen, but I do go in expecting it. And that way, it kind of keeps things sort of tempered for me as a trader. If we get the lower low today, which here at the open it doesn't look like it, but if we get the lower low today and we follow through, we need to stay above that trend line right in there. And if we were going to put a price on that, let's do this right here. What we don't want this to do is fall below these highs. Now, if it takes a couple of days and we get over here, you can see we're going to fall below that horizontal line. But it's this 327.50 area that I think is very important. And if we crack through that, then the market could start to spill just a little bit. But let's not worry about that till it happens. Let's not try to front run the market. Let's not try to predict what it's going to do. Let's just simply follow the price action. All right, so it looks like we're opening up. Keep in mind now, this is 2 hours before the market opens right now. So anything can happen in 2 hours. Looks like we're opening up about 335.45. Midway to slightly above midway of yesterday's candle. We still have a bearish engulf here. That doesn't change anything. So if the bulls can't pull us up through the top, there is a good chance that we sneak down through that bottom. And there's also that chance that we just have an inside day like this. There's also that chance we just have an inside day, and we could just walk price action into this trend line here, and then the buyers step up and start moving in like that. So really, we need to be careful. We need to watch that price action. Very important level here is a breakout of 337, and then another important level is a breakdown of yesterday's candle, and that would show follow through to the bearish engulf. And anything below, say, 332, I'd be a little bit nervous there. Below that 332. Okay, let's take a look at VXX. VXX, on a daily chart, this is different. We haven't seen this in a while. Big old bullish engulf with nice volume here. Now that by itself is not overly impressive. It's not any reason to go buy the bottom, I don't believe. If price starts to come back over the top side of that bullish engulf, then what that indicates is we're getting follow through from the bullish engulf, and that could mean something. That really could mean something. And if we move up here where there are red dots on the trend indicator starts turning green, then we could have something. Then what we're going to do is we're going to be shopping. Even before that, we'll see it, because we'll see it in the scanner on such things like a T-line bear bounce or our bear 3/8 trap backed up by the V-stop. So these two alert windows we'll be watching very, very closely. If the market does start to turn bearish, we'll be able to pick up the bear charts right away, even before the market itself actually starts to roll over. So we'll keep you posted on this, and we'll keep you update if we see anything here, okay? Okay, now let's look at some trade ideas that I'll be putting on my watch list for consideration to buy. And then afterwards, again, hang around, please. We're going to talk about some trades that I got rid of yesterday, what I'm doing with my account, and the starting over the road to wealth. So I'll kind of update you on that. One of the trades that I have here, we've got 10 we're going to look at. One of the trades I'm going to look at is CME. CME. You can see we've got a nice little double bottom right here. Just a little bit of a pop to the downside. We rally up, and we're heading back up. We're almost at that bullish W area. So let's put a line right here. There we go. And this would be the center of the W. We start to break out. That puts 175.35 and 179.70 in sights for price. And of course, if we break through there, then honestly, I'll look for it to come back up to 193. Break out through 193. We've got some numbers up here, 2.25, that we could look at. But let's concentrate on this right here. So we start to see bullishness. Watch for these numbers up here. Right now, I would say we're sitting smack dab at the buy box area, right there. So a little buy in the buy box might be something I'm looking for. And I would have no problem buying on the upper side of the buy box as well. And then again, we get through this, whatever that is, 172.15. Then we'll look at 175, 179. Another chart I'm looking at is QCOM. QCOM has done very well lately. Let me make an adjustment on my desk here. There we go. QCOM has done very well. So QCOM's been just kind of humming along right in here, and then all of a sudden it took off, popping up, and now we're pulling back right to the T-line here, and we're showing signs of bulls coming in. So now that we have this bullish candle in here, what I'm going to look for is follow through from the candle body. So above 1075 is what I'll look for, an entry area. So let's just put our buy box right in there. And then from there, I'm going to be looking for profit areas of 116.20 and 119.10ish. There's no reason why QCOM can't go higher. This is the weekly chart. There's no reason at all that it can't go higher. But let's climb this tree one branch at a time, and I think that'd be a good branch to get over. Another one I'm considering is Square, SQ. Let's put this line up here. So I'm going to just grab where the bottom of this Doji is and just move it to the left. Straighten it out. There we go. Now, you can see where we had this, these highs in here. Price moved down, and then price just sort of rolled itself up, making some higher lows until it broke out. Here we're pulling back and testing. We're testing the trend indicator, and we're testing this recent high over here. We've got a Doji. We're down. We won't count the up day. 1, 2, 3, 4 days now with a Doji sitting here. So what I'm looking for is positive trading, and positive trading over 142.75. That could reach out and touch 173.28. Man, that's almost a $30 move on SQ. Very doable for this chart. How about Charles Schwab? Charles Schwab. If we can take a look at this, you see how we're down, we're up, and we just kind of wobble around in here a little bit, and then we're down again, and now we're up. We start to break out right there, just slightly below the 36.30 area. And actually, I probably should adjust that down. There we go. So around 35.90. We break out of 35.90. We've got a bullish W pattern that we've broken out of, and that would pop us up, or should pop us up, to about 37.80, and that would be a sweet little base hit on Schwab. And then above 37.80, 39.60 is probably what I would be considering as a profit target. MasterCard, what a nice chart. You know, these mobile payments, MasterCard is coming off of one of my alerts, one of my scans, live trading alert scans, that I've just named mobile payments. And MasterCard is one of those on there, just like that Square is. And right now, during COVID, you know, so many people doing buying, not going to brick and mortar type businesses to buy, they're buying online. Well, that's going to put the mobile payments companies up a notch, and MasterCard is being rewarded because of what they do. And right now the chart looks terrific. Here we've got a nice little rounded bottom, and you can see here from this top right there, we've broken out. There we go. So we have a top. You can see how it tested a challenge, a challenge, a challenge, a challenge, and then finally broke out. And now we're setting up for that J-hook continuation pattern. I'm looking for 344.25, followed by 357.5 up here on MasterCard. One little step at a time. Great little base hits on a chart like this. Another chart is STNE. STNE. Great candle yesterday. Look at the volume on this. It looks like we're opening up an inside day. By the way, an inside day is one of my favorite places to buy. You have a candle, big candle like this. You might be a little skittish to buy it. You don't want it to get up there too high. I mean, the candle's up 11% all by itself. So what happens is when the chart can put together an inside day, nice little inside day there, that gives me a buying opportunity. My stop will be the low of yesterday, low of that big bullish candle. And then it gives me a better opportunity to buy at a cheaper price. And then we can just sit here and manage until this chart starts to move up. And if it does start to move down, well, our risk is quite small. We'll just stop that chart out as we come through the low of this big bullish candle. So Stein, STNE, 58.90, 62.60 looks like a nice trade. Planet Fitness. It's been on a nice little downtrend here. You can see the trend indicator, lots of red dots. And then all of a sudden, here we turn around on this chart. And our red dots now are starting to turn green. We currently have 2 green dots. So what I'm going to do is put a line in here, just slightly below those dots, because they have just been made, so I can use that as a stop area. Anything below that, I won't like it. It also coincides with a little bit of support here, and right where this candle stopped, creating a little resistance at that support line. Then with yesterday's Doji here, this is starting to look like a potential Doji continuation pattern. The Doji continuation pattern will look something like this. You've got a nice bullish candle. You've got a Doji sitting near the top of that candle, and then what we're looking for is follow through. Now, that follow through does not have to come the very next day. It can come a little bit later. We just might not call it a Doji continuation pattern at that point. But this chart here is looking pretty good for a little upsized move to about $65.30, and then followed up by $71.70, providing the bulls are still interested in the chart. Visa. I'm really liking the way Visa's starting to handle itself. Now, yesterday wasn't the best of days. It popped up, but it really pulled down. You know, the whole market started moving down yesterday. Really don't know why. whatever it was, pushed that market down. We're up a little bit this morning, but we're not up. We're not breaking out of yesterday's candle. So remember, a little caution in there on the overall market. Okay, back to Visa. So Visa's chart pattern here. Let's do this. Little pop to the upside, and now we're showing a little support above the T line here and above our trinicator. Trinicator is green. So what I'm looking at is buying above. Oh, let's see. I need to do it this way. Here we go. Buying above, say 195.60, and because of where we closed yesterday, I can see we're opening up right in this area here. So this makes for a pretty good buy area now. So I may be looking for an entry around this, say we'll just split the middle, 199.07. I'm looking for a target of 208.50, and then we'll reevaluate after that on Visa. FTV is another one. Nice trending chart. Nice trending chart. A little bit of a dip to the downside, and then we popped up. Let's put another line right there. I want it here. Move it horizontally, and you can see where we stopped. So now we start to see a breakout of this, what is that, 73.70 area. Watch for 76.40, then $80. Remember on all trades to keep your stop on. There are some folks that are going to put a stop down here at this low. There are some folks that might use something around 70.80. Some traders are the low of yesterday's candle might be the stop. It's so important you put that stop in to protect your money in case the chart goes the wrong way, and they all do. You cannot make trade after trade after trade after trade and expect them every single one to work out. It just doesn't work that way. This is the last chart, and then we'll take a look at a couple of things that I've done yesterday. So W, we've had a nice little run here. We broke out right here. There we go. There we are. We broke out, boom, rallied up, and now we're pulling back for a little bit of a rest. Looks like the buyers came back in yesterday, so I will be looking to purchase, enter, trade, say above above 309.65 through there, and stop on this would be probably the candle, the T line, the low of the body, so just below that low of the body. Also, a consideration of buying inside those two lines is also possible. So, looks like there's some good trades out there. I think we just need to watch the market, be a little bit careful with that, make sure there's no bad news that continues the market spill off. All right, let's talk a little bit about what I did yesterday. So I'm going to pull down, this is the trading room. That's what this is. And I post my trades in the trading room that goes out on the app. So if you have the Hit and Run Candlestick members only app, you will be alerted when I've made a trade, no matter where you are. You don't have to be in the room to get alerted. Okay, so I'll just start from the bottom right here. I closed my TSN for a 7% gain, and I closed my Coke for a $152 loss. I closed my last contract of NIO for a loss of $63, and I closed my last contract on Cisco for an 8.5% gain. I also closed my last contract on ABBV. I had a put. I closed it for 8%. I closed my XLF call trade for a 53% profit, and I closed my XLE call trade for 17% profit. So I did a lot of closing yesterday. Well, the reason I did that is I'm taking my account down. What I'm going to do is open up a new Road to Wealth account, and starting the 1st of September, we will be working with that account to grow it, just as we did this recent one, and we'll be working with, starting with $10,000 right there. We'll be starting with $10,000, and my goal for the first month will be to double it to $20,000. And everyone here is invited to watch, see how we do that, work alongside if you like. And I have a secret goal. Now, don't tell anybody. I have a secret goal of actually moving that $10,000 to $30,000 in 12 months. We'll see what happens. And if you remember what we did in January of 2018, we opened an account with $5,000, and it has become a $70,000 account. Whoops, change that right in there. So you can clearly see that it's very doable, and we've decided to do it again here. So again, you're more than invited. You're absolutely welcome to hang out. Subscribe to the, probably one of the most important things is subscribe to my YouTube channel here, because this is where I will talk about it just like this, and share how it's going. I also share my statement online, so you can see that it's actually true and not baloney. But get subscribed. Subscribe to the channel, and you'll be able to hear all about it and stay up to date. All right, thank you, everybody. You have a wonderful, wonderful trading day, and we'll see you in the trading room.